Let me ask you something, Circle. Do you ever feel like life is just standing still? No matter what you do, nothing ever changes? Well, I hear you. I've been there too. But let me tell you something. Your circumstances are not set in stone. Sure, they encircle you, but they don't control you unless you stay still. Today, we're going to be talking about how to break free and start moving in a new direction. Hey, Circle, welcome back to Unplugged, Raw and Uncut. If you're new here, pull up a chair and join the conversation because this is the village where we keep it real, raw, and respectful. And to my returning circle, welcome back. It's always great to see you guys again. First things first, change starts in the mind long before it ever happens in real life. So if you keep seeing your situation as permanent, you'll stay stuck then. But the moment you shift from, why is this happening to me, to, well, okay, what can I do about it? That's when the doors of opportunities will start to open up for you. I can remember a time in my own life when I felt completely trapped. The bills were piling up and I was feeling like I was just stuck in this cycle and I couldn't get out of it. Then one day, a friend suggested a book. And the book spoke about the growth mindset. Well, I read it and decided to, okay, I'll apply some of the principles in the book to my own life. And believe it or not, it changed the way I thought. And not only how I thought, but how I talked to myself internally. So instead of saying, man, I can't seem to catch a break, I started saying, okay, all right, what's one thing I can do about this today to move forward? And that one shift in my mindset, it made all the difference, family. Have you ever caught yourself thinking in a way that keeps you stuck? Drop it in the comments and let me know. Here's the truth. You don't have to turn your whole life upside down overnight to begin to make a change, but you do have to start moving. A small single step forward every day is far more powerful than a big move, say once a year. Let's say, for example, you feel trapped in your career. So instead of stressing over trying to find a new job right away, what if you instead just updated your resume today? Or you reached out to someone in your network tomorrow. See, momentum builds when you start moving, even if it's small. So family, what's one small step that you can take today to start to improve your current situation? Let's talk about it. And your surroundings shape your mindset more than you realize. So if what's around you is keeping you bound in the same loop, it's probably time to shake things up some. And this could mean something as simple as changing your routine or your habits or even the people that you spend the most time with. And have you ever noticed that spending time with negative people is a big drain on your energy? But on the flip side, being around highly driven and motivated people makes you want to also step your game up? Well, that only tells me one thing, that who you surround yourself with matters. And if you're always around people who do nothing but complain, well, guess what? You'll start complaining too. But flip that to the other side. And when you're surrounded by action takers, that energy becomes contagious. Take a close, hard look at your circle. Are they uplifting you or holding you back? And be honest with yourself when you do this assessment. Now, this is the part most people don't want to hear. You have to take ownership of your life. The moment you stop blaming your circumstances, your job, your past relationships, or whatever, and start owning your choices, be them bad or good, you reclaim your power. Because here's the brutal truth, family. Nobody's coming to save you. You are responsible for you. And you are responsible for your next move. I had a friend once who always talked about a better life, but he never took any action to try to accomplish it. He was always blaming his boss or bad luck or the economy. But when he finally took a hard look at himself and accepted the fact that he was the one common denominator in all of his problems, well, guess what? That's when his life started to change. And family, let me ask you this. What's one thing you can take responsibility for today? No, not next week, not next month, not next year, but right now, today. I want you to own it. And because forward motion creates momentum, the more you act, the more opportunities will open up to you. So even when it feels slow, even when you don't see the results right away, just know, just keep moving. Trust in the process, family. Have you ever tried pushing a car that's stuck, maybe out of gas or battery's dead or whatever? When you first get behind it and start to push, oh gosh, heavy. It barely moves, right? But once it does actually start rolling, it gets a lot easier. And the more you push, the easier it gets. Well, that's kind of how life works too. You have to push through that initial resistance to gain that forward momentum. The lesson here is, don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Take that first step, apply for the job, start the business, write the book, hit the gym, have the tough conversation, just do something, just move forward. Now let's bring it back to you, Circle. What's one thing you can do today to help propel your life forward? Drop it in the comments. And let's continue to hold each other accountable. And if this video spoke to you, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I mean, we've got some good things coming down the pipeline, and I don't want you to miss anything. And feel free to pass this message along to someone who could use it. It might be exactly what they need to hear today. Oh, we're building something special here. And I want you to continue to be a part of it. Family, just know this. Your circumstances don't define you. The only way they win is if you choose to stay still. And let me leave you with this. There's an old saying, a body in motion stays in motion, and a body at rest, well, it tends to stay at rest. And that's not just science. That's true in life also. Your circumstances, they only have power over you if you choose to stand still. But the moment you take that first step forward, no matter how small, you start to create that momentum. And momentum, that's what turns changes into transformation. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Get moving and take action today. Because once you do, life has a funny way of meeting you halfway. Well, thank you for pulling up the chair with me today, Circle. It's always nice to have you. And let's keep making our village stronger, one voice at a time. As always, I'm Unc, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.